Hello, my name is Amna Berkey, and I am joining you from Winnipeg, Manitoba, in Canada, Treaty 1 territory, where I will be sharing with you one of my favorite stories called The Generosity of Hatim Tai. Growing up in Pakistan, I heard my mother talk about Hatim Tai as the icon of generosity. In fact, there is an Urdu saying in my language that says, Hatim Tai ki kabar pe lat mana, which means you are not even close to being generous, yet you claim to be like Hatim Tai. In the 6th century, there lived a king that wanted to know what his people really thought about him. So one day, he dressed himself up in beggar's clothes and he went out to the marketplace to eavesdrop on that conversations that his people were having. And would you believe, to his shock, no one was thinking about him at all. No one was talking about him. In fact, his people, his subjects, were obsessed by another Arabian king named Hatim Tai. They said things like, Did you hear the latest tale of his generosity? Oh, wait till you hear about his horse and his hospitality, his valor, his bravery, his kindness. This king couldn't take it anymore. He came back to his palace and he was fuming. He was so angry. He said, My people talking about another king the way they should be talking about me. I'm kind. I'm brave. I'm generous. How dare my people say that about Hatem Tai? Oh, you know what? I will put an end to this Hatem Tai once and for all, and no one will remember him, and no one will remember his generosity. So, with that, he sent a messenger to the domain of Hatem Tai, and there he announced, I will take over your land. I will take over your people. I will take over your oases and your cattle and horses and everything. And no one will remember you, and no one will remember your generosity. So when Hatim Tai heard this, he consulted with his ministers, good people like yourselves, and asked them, What should we do? And they were of the unanimous opinion, O Hatim, we will defend our kingdom to the last drop of blood that any of us carry. We will fight back. We will not let this tyrant king take over our domain. But to their surprise, Hatim Tai said, No. In fact, I will leave. I will flee to the caves and hide there. I will not let anyone harm you because of me. The tyrant king's problem is with me. Why should I let my people suffer because of me? And this way, when he comes over, he will not harm you. He will not take over your property, and he will not increase the taxes. And with that, Hatim Tai took some basic things with him and he fled. Now, Hatim Tai's people were shocked and they were divided in different camps. The first camp, who wanted to make a name in valor, said, We're always led by a coward king. He just fled. Yet others were so grateful to Hatim Tai's sacrifice. They knew that he did this. He sacrificed his status, his wealth, his honor to keep them all safe. And yet others didn't know what to think. They didn't know how the new king would treat them. But Hatim Tai was right. When the new king came, he did not harm them. He did not increase taxes, and he did not take over their property. But with the passage of time, the new king became different. He became more paranoid because he always heard something from the people there, that the only reason he could take over Hatim Tai's domain was because of the generosity of Hatim Tai. He couldn't take that anymore. And he was becoming more tyrannical in his approach. And he knew the only way his new subjects would respect him would be after killing Hatim Tai. So with that, he passed an edict offering 5,000 gold coins to anyone who would bring Hatim Tai alive in front of him. Now the news spread. One day, Hatim Tai was at the mouth of the cave where he was hiding, and he didn't know about this edict, but he heard a conversation between a woodcutter and his wife. And the woodcutter said to his wife, "My dear wife, please help me find the reward of catching Hatim Tai. The 5,000 dinars, the gold coins, will help you prosper with our little children. I am becoming old, and you're still very young. And this way I can assure a good future for our children." The wife said, "Shame on you. You would harm the very king who brought us peace, justice, and prosperity for mere wealth. I would rather starve to death and my children than claim that reward where it assures the death of Hatim Tai. Shame on you." The husband continued, "My dear wife, why are you becoming so emotional? I'm just thinking about your welfare and the welfare of our children. In fact, more and more people are saying that Hatim Tai was a coward to leave us at the mercy of this tyrant king. No, my husband, they're only saying this because they are greedy. Greed has made them say this. They want the money and they're justifying it by any means possible. I will not allow you to do this." While the two of them were still arguing, Hatim Tai came in front of them and said, "I am Hatim Tai. Woodcutter, claim your reward. Take me in front of your king and claim your reward. I want your children to prosper." The woodcutter was ashamed. He looked down and said, "No, your majesty, I would never allow myself to do that. We were just having a conversation." And the wife glared at him. While the three of them were arguing, and Hatim Tai went on to say, "Well, woodcutter and your wife, if you don't take me in front of your new king, I will go in front of him and claim that you were hiding me, and then you will be tried for treason. So do what I'm asking you to do." While the three of them were arguing, a mob collected around them that was also looking for Hatim Tai, and they dragged Hatim Tai in front of the new king. Hatim Tai said to the new king, "Allow me to say one thing before you do anything to me. You may take my life, but it is not this mob that found me. It is actually this woodcutter and his wife who found me first. You must give the 5,000 dinars, gold coins, to his family." Now, the tyrant king was shocked. Hatim Tai, at the verge of death, is still thinking about other people. So he turned to the woodcutter to ask him, "Is it true that Hatim Tai wants to sacrifice his life so your children can prosper?" And the woodcutter nodded. So shocked was the new king by what Hatim Tai was doing that he took his hand, dragged him back to his throne, made him sit on his throne, and said, "My people were right. You are indeed the most kind and generous man in this world." And with that, he took his armies and his generals and everyone he brought from his land and was never, ever seen again.